known as Napoleon, a former member of the Tupac Outlaws. I eventually accepted the religion. So when I accepted the religion of Islam the first time in my life, I felt happiness in my heart. The first time in my life I felt tranquility. The first time in my life I was able to smile without having to spend all types of money.
Moi j'ai découvert une relation de sagesse, de non-violence, de paix. J'ai la foi.
On the facts that your friends overlook, so always be proud. You can never be wrong if we read the Quran, cause it's never been changed since day one.
Just happy to be, accepting Islam and finding the peace of mind. Thanks to Islam, I've been able to, complete my search, and now I'm very much at peace. Sometimes, try to use these transitions that artists make and try to make it, an opportunity to make a mockery of Islam or whatever faith a person might choose. So I'm, very much an advocate of trying to study the deen and become more knowledgeable of Islam.
This is Kristen, also known as MC Router. She's an internationally recognized rapper. This is Abby. She's a devout Muslim, speaks fluent Arabic, doesn't drink alcohol, abstains from sex, and prays 5 times a day. Now, it may seem like they have nothing in common, right? Well, they do. Actually, they are the same person. Almost 2 years ago, Kristen converted to Islam and changed her name to Abby, actually Abida.
Assalamu alaikum, my name is Abida, or you can call me Abby.
I was searching for something, and it came in a time in my life where it's what I needed, and just the best sportsman that I can be, but the best man, husband and father that I can be. I've made a lot of mistakes in my life, but becoming a Muslim was one of the best things that's ever happened to me, so I'm forever grateful.
And then when I started reading, I read just chapter 2 alone of the Quran, I realized, oh my God, I'm home. I've been a Muslim all my life and I didn't realize it. It's a way of thinking, Islam. A Muslim is only a person who believes that nothing in the universe should be worshipped except God.
Other side, subhanAllah, let me just stick it. Subhanallah, la ilaha illallah. Brother, that he had some light in his face because of the light of the hidayah, the nur of the Islam, the guidance.
And like unto him, there is nothing. This is what had the impact. Right. Because to say, and like unto him, in the whole universe, if there is nothing within the light years and thousands of millions of light years, there is nothing equal to him, and there is nothing like him, then he is Lord of all. And if he is Lord of all, then what am I doing standing on my feet? I must be on my face.
On the young lady from Boston, charming them.
While Jennifer Grout has got plenty of talent, she's an all-American girl from Boston, Mass.
أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمد رسول الله.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Corporate America. What's up, everybody? Means everything to me. Like it's the thing that keeps me going every day. It's my core, it's my soul, and it's just everything to me. That Islam is a beautiful, peaceful religion, and it's more than a religion, it's a way of life.
alaikum again, everyone, and good evening. There was a time where you could celebrate Islamic culture, Islamic arts, Muslim contributions.
The classic and recurrent response is a recourse to the illusion that one is at fault for failing to accept divine will. The issue, we're often told, is to do with our iman, our faith, or presumably our lack thereof.
Others may brag, say that we lag, but they don't know all the power we have.
Music and the arts. I was a presenter on MTV Europe for many.
Inwardly, I was empty. The biggest, the most important was missing, and that was God. And really, by the grace of God, you know, I am now feeling rich from inside. Anyway, satisfied, content. I have a purpose in life. I've written about my journey from MTV to Mecca. It's my whole life in 4 words, which has been quite a long journey and I guess an unusual journey. I wanted to show people the beautiful Islam that I found. The time, you know, just the whole, all the Saudi Arabians, they also all get involved in it. And people, you know, just doing the tawaf, being with the people, do another kind of chanting, you know, and you're just being taken in the stream of people, you know, every skin color, every age.
Off his shoes, he looks at me and he smiles. I want you to teach me about Islam. So he went and he gave me a Quran. Read this. Come back when you have questions. So I did. And I would see things in the book. I'd be like, there it is. I got them right there. Explain that to me. And they would. This was a kind of awakening. Long story short, 8 weeks after that first day I stepped into the Islamic Center, I became a Muslim. I'm a Muslim, a veteran, and a proud American. I had learned that I was completely wrong about everything that I felt. You know, Judaism had a message, Christianity had a message, Islam had a message. Funny thing is, though, it was the same message. It was about peace, and it was about love. My big thing is now to stop the hate. Nothing good has ever come out of hatred.
But one thing was missing inside of my heart. Even though I had the money, the houses, the cars, I didn't have any happiness. So from that point of my life, I was searching for happiness. I was looking for a way that I could find inner peace. And I thought that I could find inner peace and happiness within my money. So I took trips all around the world. I took trips to private islands. I took trips to different places around the world searching for this happiness. Not knowing that happiness is not going to come from how much money you have or how big your home is. Happiness is going to come from the creator of the heavens and the earth. And I happened to one day run into a Muslim in the record studio, in the recording studio, after getting into a fight with my little brother. And this Muslim brother invited me to the mosque. And when I went to the mosque, he gave me English translation of the Holy Quran, and he gave me literature of the religion of Islam. And when I took this literature home and I started to read the English translation of the Quran, I knew for a fact that these cannot be the words of a man. I knew that the words that I was reading in this book, it had to be the words of the creator of the heavens and the earth. Everything that I was looking for in my life, all the questions, all the answers that I needed in my life, it was in this book, the Quran. I eventually accepted the religion of Islam, and by the permission and the mercy of Allah, I was able to walk away from the music industry.
I went to Mecca, and part of what I was looking for was to settle this in my own heart. And so my prayer was that if I'm doing harm with this music to myself or to others or to my community, then let me know that. This is my prayer for the divine, you know.
You know, understand every aspect about the Most High. For me, the Most High is Allah. And all praise is due to Allah, Lord of all worlds, the greatest, the beneficent, the merciful, the Most High. And I live my life by Islam. And at the end of the day, I think that's pretty much what grounds me in the way that I think most people should be grounded, and that's just
my upbringing was no different. I was raised with music playing day in and day out. There was, you know, like I said, once again, going back to I finally met a Muslim. And it took me meeting that person for me to have a completely different perspective on what Islam was. More questions, and then when you start hearing the oneness of Allah, His unique oneness, that there is nothing, laysa kamithlihi shay, there's nothing like unto Him, and you think back, because I remember thinking when I was a kid, back in the days when I was drugged to Sunday school and church and all these things, I'm like, How is God a man? You know, a man, he needs so much. He needs to eat. He needs to sleep. He needs to use the restroom. At one point, he's breastfed. You know, I'm just being real. Like, how could this be the creator of the heavens and the earth? And so once I started hearing about what's called at-tawheed, you know, the oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that's what really drew me into, okay, this is something. I want to learn more about this.
What we have in the Quran is we have hints at the magnificence of God. Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim, the most merciful, the most forgiving, all-powerful, unimaginable creator, unlike anything created.
Every recitation of the Quran begins with an invocation to the compassion and mercy of God. The bedrock message of the Quran is that it's wrong to build up a private fortune, but good to share your wealth equally, and to look out for the vulnerable and the poor people in society.
The Holy Quran is the verbatim word of God that was transmitted to the Prophet Muhammad. Like myself, a Roman Catholic priest, a Franciscan friar, to understand better what's at the core of the Islamic faith. I can't recommend this highly enough. Try to understand the richness and the peace, the justice, the depth, the metaphysics, the world view, the understanding of God, their own respect for the faiths of Judaism and Christianity, what they call the religions of the book. All these things are, deeper and richer and fuller than the violence and the discrimination that exists in our world would lead us to believe. I can't recommend this highly enough. Sadly, those who tend to grab the news headlines because of those engaged with the ISIS group and Al-Qaeda and other terrorists, they practice something that is not at all supported by the Holy Quran. It is not reflective of the Islamic faith, of the Muslim faith, and try to understand the richness and the peace, the justice, the depth, the metaphysics, the world view, the understanding of God.